Question for attention. That's an important question. All right, let's get started. Oh, coming in. All right, I like this class a lot. This is going to be fun. Everybody knows me. I'm Kirsten. If you're watching this later, home recording, I'm Kirsten. I'm an agent here at Legacy. I'm also a coach and I am a tech trainer, as you can see up here. And you guys all in this room have a job of telling me when somebody is trying to get in the room, okay? Because I'll tell you, I am just really bad about noticing when people are here. Okay. All right, what we're going to get into today is marketing your listing. So if you were here yesterday, we talked a lot about the designs and commands, and we'll use that a little bit, but I definitely don't want to, this isn't a duplicate of what we did yesterday at all. So at the very end, maybe we'll do in the beginning. We're going to talk about designs a little bit, but what I kind of want to do is talk about things you can do to market your listing. Designs is only one piece of that. There's a lot of other things that you can do. We're going to go kind of fast because we're doing it in an hour. So you know, hopefully you'll get through all this stuff. We'll do it kind of quick. But there's some really good things you can do to market your listing. Let me bring in some people into, oh, here we go. Okay, good. More people coming in. Great. And if you guys happen to notice that there's somebody waiting, please let me know because I'm really bad at noticing. All right, I think we got everybody. All right, so we're going to market our listing today. And I'm going to kind of jump from one thing to another because there's a lot of different things that you can do to market your listing. So the first thing that you might do to market your listing is using designs. And that's what we did yesterday. So I'm going to point a couple things out that are a little bit new. If you were here yesterday, you kind of saw this a little. And I'm not going to focus on it that much because we did it yesterday, but we also did it last week. We talked about designs. So we've done a lot of designs lately. On the left side of my screen, I'm going to go to the designs applet. And I'm going to hit import design to start creating a new design. Now waiting for it to load. All right. And when we were here last week and we were here yesterday, we went to templates and we did choose a template. And one thing I want to point out to you is there's a whole section on listings here. So within that section, there's a lot of things that you might do to market your listing. You might make a flyer for coming soon. Like maybe you're going to go and door knock a neighborhood. I might go to the coming soon flyer or the for sale flyer or just listed flyer. And I can click in there.
Hello.
I can click on any one of these designs and make my own flyer really quick. Now we just did this last week, so I'm not going to repeat how you do it. I want to be able to show you some other things. So if you aren't sure how to do that, I'm happy to help out, after class or something like that. But again, I just want to point out that there's so many designs that you can use that are just, I've got flyers, I've got social posts, postcards, all sorts of things here for my listings. Something I haven't told you yet, so I'm not going to repeat what I already did, but let me just show you this thing called auto create. Okay, so if you go to designs and go to auto create, these are kind of sets of things that you can use. So let's say that I have a house that's just listed. If I just choose this auto create option, go ahead and try it out. Click on it. You're going to choose a listing. If you don't have your own listing, one of my listings that is under contract is 1820 Arbutus Avenue. You'll notice as I do, it's weird when you're typing it. I think that's a bug. You type a few letters and then it sort of messes up. But watch what's going to happen. If I select my listing, my Zoom thing out of the way here, and then click continue, I'm going to confirm the details and choose a couple of images from my listing. And then I just pick whatever random images and then watch what happens. I'm like, that's correct. Generate designs. I can click one button and Command is going to do a whole bunch of things for me. For my listing. Okay, so just try it out if you would. Over here, you're in designs. You're going to go up to add it, create a from a template. Then on the left, if you don't see that yet, do auto. Once you see get into design, go to templates, add from a template, and you're going to do that auto create. Okay, so again, I did templates, I did auto create, and I clicked the auto create button. All right, yeah. You don't see it, okay? Do import design. Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Then you might have to create a template
Okay.
and then auto create. Okay, I see it. Creating, auto creating. All right, you gotta go in. You're almost there. Okay, choose template. Auto create. Okay, now over on the right side, it comes to auto create. Yeah. And if you don't have a listing, you can use mine. 1820 Arbutus Avenue is one of them.
Yes.
Auto create right here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can pick a type first, whether you're coming soon or just listed or just sold, and then auto create.
And then auto created like,
Yeah, isn't it cool?
yeah.
Yeah, so Shanks is done, so you just end up with a whole bunch of markers.
Any question?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be on this thing, when you sold it,
Yeah,
you can use this one without seeking permission, right?
if you sold it, like, if legally you can, some agents get upset about it. So, you know. Yeah, did it work for everybody? Did it auto create stuff for you? No. Let's see, it just stopped and it was like, not gonna do something. It's not gonna redo it. Okay, yeah, you're gonna have to search again to get to it. I think it's super cool because it's just so fast to get all of those done for you. If you don't feel like spending a whole bunch of time. You know, some people would prefer to sit there and pick out each picture one at a time, and design it and be creative. This is your freaking dirty, just give me a bunch of documents real quick. It work? So under, auto create. Choose one of these. And then you can auto create there. And then you'll put in an address. Yeah, it's pretty good, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so I spent no time picking photos. I just click, click, click. But you know, when you're doing it for real, maybe you spend time. You just see where I was, so you're gonna. Nope. So you're going to import design. And then choose a template. Under auto create, choose one, whether you want like, you know, open house or just listed or whatever. And click on one of them, and then on the right side, click auto create. And now you have to put in a property. What it's gonna do is it's gonna make a whole bunch of things for you all at once. Instead of you having to do each one at a time, it's just gonna do a whole bunch at once. Oh, nice.
So you just put in whatever.
Put it in an address in.
What was the one you did?
1820. Or you have to like, everyone might keep clicking on
Oh.
it. I think it's a bug.
Just people go, no space.
Yeah, with the space. Yeah. It's a bug where if it starts searching, it like takes your cursor away. It's really annoying. So I think you're not typing it. Again,
Now just no
no
space.
space, add a space. Or view this. See this, when every time you pause, it's gonna stop, so you've gotta like, this. Was it supposed to upload the photos from the listing? Yep, it should have, so let's go back and do it again. Right, templates. Okay. There was a point where you had to choose them, so it's.
somebody's trying to.
Oh, thank you so much. You might have to put
It
it
just, it just picked me out.
Oh,
Apparently it doesn't like it.
no. Yes, not, did it work?
Listing.
Yeah.
Right,
Right now, you're gonna confirm all these details.
okay.
Yeah, and add, take some images from your listing.
Thank
Yeah. Okay, so for design. And I think it should have done a lot. You start again then, huh? To the template. One of those options under other create, either you're coming soon for sale, just listed it else wherever you want. And then hit auto create on the right side. This, just do that. Yeah, that'll do a whole bunch at once. You could do one at a time if you want. I'm not good. I guess you have to do it again. I'm sorry. It's the third time. Isn't that annoying that it doesn't just? I'm able to type fast enough that I can get a few characters in without having to redo. It's hard to do this. There we go. Okay, continue. Okay, scroll down and confirm all the details. We're just gonna assume they're correct. But then at the bottom, add your images. So you're gonna pick a couple of images. Those will be ones from my listing. Will automatically do. You don't have to do the auto rate. If you want, you could just go to one particular flyer and edit everything. Right. Okay. It is really working, but it's doing, I think, 9 documents, so that's why it's so long. There you go. Oh, it got you out, didn't it? There you go. It got just listed. Instagram post, you have a just listed flyer, you've got a just listed, you know, just, it does a whole bunch at once.
So mine's give me an invalid number, but it says 8 on that. And maybe, because it's not my business.
No, you can just do it online. You should be able to do it. Does it let you delete that without having it in there? I just wanted, yeah, because I'm not sure what your agent number is, but you know, I just wanted you to be able to see it. So again, the auto create thing. I could do that for one flyer at a time. I could do auto create and get 9 things at once. It's a way of just really quick, just give me a bunch of stuff for my listing. You know, the alternative would be to just go into the section you want. Instead of going under auto create, I'm going to go into listings and I'm going to pick, you know, okay, I've got my listing is just listed. And I'm going to look at all the flyer. I want a social post. Let me do that. So you could do it sort of one at a time and pick each thing out. But if you're that auto create, we'll choose one and you'll get it done really quick. You know, and then you can modify it exactly how you want it. If you want to do it one at a time, or do the auto creates, print it while you're here at the office, you know, and you're good to go. So I don't really want to spend too much into the time in here because we've spent so much time in here recently, last week and yesterday. But I want to show you a couple of other things that I do to market my listing. One thing I do to market my listings is Facebook ads, and I'm not covering that today because we have a whole class on that. So there'll be a class coming up soon about Facebook ads. That is a way to market your listing. We're going to do that separately. Another thing I do to market my listing is make a landing page. Okay, so to do this, you're going to need to get all the way back to command, just to the home screen. The reason you might want to make a landing page is so that you have a quick way. I'm just gonna just go back to my regular login and get out of here. I'm just going all the way back to the page. Ugh, logging in again. Sheesh.
I don't want to.
This. That's what happens when you rush. You type your password. All right, we have a problem here. It is. Oh, no, I am spelling my own name incorrectly. That's what's going on here. Okay. The reason you might want to make a landing page is to have a quick way to tell people about your listing. So here's a scenario I run into all the time. I have a listing, somebody calls me because they see my sign and they're interested in the house. Happens all the time. And then they ask me a lot of questions about the house. So I have a conversation about it, but I want to be able to send them the pictures from the house or maybe like what the price is, you know, all of the details about the house. So this one, we're going to just go do it together. I think I make a landing page for every single one of my listings because it's just an easy way for me to share the info about it. All right, so to do this, in Command, you're going to go to the consumer app, which is the very bottom one. Okay, for the consumer app, it's the one all the way at the bottom. Okay, everybody there? Okay. Once you get to that page, I'm gonna do a little bigger here. Okay, you're gonna see a button that Zoom is covering for me right now, but it just says create new page. And there are two types of website pages you can create, an agent one for your website. We're not going to do that today, or a landing page. So after you get there, go ahead and click on it as a landing page and then click create page. So landing page is just kind of a separate web page that is just for one purpose. And the purpose that we want to have is just to advertise this listing that I've got. Okay. These things on the right side are called widgets, and these are the things you can add to your landing page. The one we want is listing. Is to find the one that says listing. And here's what you're going to do. You can watch me if you want. You just drag that thing over onto your page and let go. And it'll look like this when you do that. At first, it doesn't know what listing I want, so you're just going to see that building. So find listing on the right side, drag it over onto the page. And then you'll get something that looks like mine. See listing. Yeah. Okay. Also, are you in your team account or in your regular account? Okay. It might be even lower. So you, I think you just might need to scroll down under. No, okay. Scroll up. Can you go up higher? Or you can see mine, they're in the order they're in.
Right.
I think I have those too. I want you to get to your personal page and just see if it's because you're in the team page.
Okay.
Don't save it. You only have one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try again. Page. Sit here and see by night.
Yeah.
Do you have more than one command, like one that's for like a team and one that's for, so like I'm seeing like your team stuff and stuff, like team, you know?
Right. I just saw it.
I don't know what it's doing, but you have something. I'll just see if I can figure it out. Okay. I'm gonna mess up. Okay.
Yeah. Should I go back in?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
I don't know. I'm gonna find out
Okay.
on it and try to get back to it. This is what it's.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what this does. So this one right now is a fake listing, right? It's not our listing. if I click configure widgets, then I can tell Command which listing I'm using. So I'm going to click on configure widgets. I'm clicking on the word listing, and then I'm going to do browse listings to select my listing. And it's the one I'm doing today is 1820 Arbutus Avenue, and I'm going to search. Okay. And then when I do that, I can see which one is mine. You know, sometimes I'll see if I have a house that's been listed before, I'm going to see the other listing. You know, maybe it was listed 5 years ago. So just be careful that you select the one that has, you know, your name on it or whichever one you're trying to do. And I select my listing. Okay. If I want to, I can choose a different front image. So when the person goes to this page, you're going to pick which image they see first. It's going to show you all of the pictures from your listing, and you pick which one you like, and then hit save and apply. And then to get out of this, at the very top where it says listing, I'm going to click on this arrow that points to the left. And I'll hit done. Okay, so I want to see what this looks like so far.
So we drag the listing over there, and then after that, what?
Then after that, over on the right side, I clicked configure widgets. And then within configure widgets, I was able to select the listing I want. I click on listing and then browse listings, and then you'll be able to choose a particular house. And I'm doing 1820 Arbutus, you can do any one you want. I love this because look at what it has so far. It just pulled everything in from my listing. I didn't have to really, I could do this in seconds, right? I didn't have to do much work at all. And if you scroll down, it has the image I chose to be my front image. It took the price. This listing happens to be under contract already, so it tells me the status. That's going to update. If I were to send this to somebody when it was active and then it goes under contract, it's going to update for them. Or if I change the price, look, it's showing me the square feet, how many bedrooms there are, baths, all the details. Look, it has the text that I put in my listing. Okay, that's in there too. And then if I scroll down, it's all of the photos from my listing as well. So I love this because then it has a map, everything. So if somebody says in that situation, somebody calls me about my property and I'm telling them about the house, I'll say, can I text you a website? Can I text you a web page so you can see more information about it? And I just take this page right here that I did and copy, you know, send it right over to them. And then I'm not having to have a whole bunch of pictures on my phone or anything like that. Or sometimes people send like the listing from Zillow or realtor.com. It's better to send from your own website, right? I would like my contact in here too, though. Like right now, my contact doesn't have my name on it yet, right? So we want that. I want my name on here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something. So if I scroll down, has the whole map. Below this, I want it to say my name and phone number and all that. On the right side, there's one that says agent branding. I can drag that where I want it to go, which is at the bottom. And then Command will just pop that right in. It's got my photo, it has my phone number, email, address, everything.
For only our own listings, nothing, we have a wide mind and they want to buy it.
Yes, not for that at all. It's just market. And in fact, everything in this class today is marketing your own listing. Yeah, marketing your own listing. Yeah. All right, everybody got your agent stuff over there. Just drag it over, it pulls it over. Yeah, question.
Kirsten, it's Angie Jack.
Yeah, hi Angie.
So when you dragged your agent branding,
Yeah.
you just drag it in. Is there all of this information, your picture, your number, your license number, all of that? Where do you put that? So it's already the brand in the branding.
You should already have it. If you don't, if you go to settings in Command, there's one that's like your it says profile or marketing profile, something like that.
I see. Okay.
On the right corner.
I see. Okay.
That's where it's coming from. Yeah, what you need to know, if you go get a new picture taken, you're gonna go update it in your marketing profile, and then it shows up in everything.
Are you recommending that I should go get a new picture?
Not at all.
You can edit it from there as well. If you click on configure widgets, then it will.
Yes.
Take you the agent branding, then you can edit it.
You can edit it, exactly. Yep, exactly. Let's do, and in fact, you kind of have to make sure that you've got everything in there. If I click configure widgets and click agent branding, this is exactly where I go to change everything that's in here. But if something's wrong, I want you to change it in the marketing profile instead of doing it every time. You know, but if you, for whatever reason, saw something different, this is exactly what you should do, is go and fix it. In fact, you should open it up and just make sure everything is good. Look, my phone number is missing. When I hit save and apply, go ahead and do that. Make sure you've got everything in there, because it will not let you publish the page if anything is missing.
How do you edit it from there?
I'm gonna configure over and configure widgets. Yep. And then agent branding. And if each of the things in configure widgets has a green check mark, that means you're all good. If you're missing anything, it won't have a green check mark, and then you need to fix it. Okay, so right now, this landing page that we did only exists in Command. It's not ready for me to send to anybody else. To publish this page so that others can see it, I'm just gonna go to the upper right corner. Oh, wait, before I do that, change the name right here. See where it says new landing page? I almost forgot. Change that name to the property address. That's what you want it to be, is the property address. Otherwise, it'll be really confusing if you just name it like new landing page. Okay, so I'm gonna call mine 1820 Arbutus 2 because I already have one. All right, when you are done and you are satisfied with it, click publish page. It'll give you a warning. You're going to say yes to that and publish it. Okay, anybody have any trouble getting that far? Just publish page.
We're gonna fake one, so we're on a fun to it, right?
So you know what? You should publish it. It doesn't hurt anything. You can always delete it. Like what? This is not going on your website or anything like that. It's just a standalone thing. So nobody will see it unless you send them the link. Yeah. So I do fake ones all the time. It doesn't matter.
Question?
Yeah.
So you named it the address of the listing.
Yes.
Can I name it, you know, Angie's listing or John's house?
You can name it anything you want. Let me just show you this. You can see the screen. The only reason I like having the address is because I have a lot of landing pages and I need to keep them straight. So if you're gonna put something else, I probably would put the address in there, or else it'll get confusing. Okay, so like my personal practice is I make a landing page for every listing I have. And I just leave it here, and then when the house sells, okay, so right here, this one, 2611 Allendale, that one's settled already. So I don't really need that one open anymore, right? So all I have to do is click that little button to make it inactive, and now it's no longer available.
So what do you send to the client that you're talking to, or the customer that calls you about information for the house and you want to send them the landing page?
Yeah, let's do it right now. So here's what I would do. So I'm going to go to the landing page I want. I'm going to click to open up a landing page. And I'm going to select the URL at the top. I just copy that. And that's what I send them. And so what I do for myself is I have smart plans that I have made that include that link, so that I don't have to go back and copy paste it. I am in advance make a smart plan so that I can real quick just send them that link.
Okay, I didn't understand that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you, neither did I.
Okay. All right, so let me give you an example. So I run a Facebook ad. Okay. Or no, let me give you a different example. I have an open house on my listing. And let's say I had a whole bunch of people attend my open house. I might make a smart plan that says, as the first step, sends them a text. Thank you for coming to my open house at 1820 Arbutus Avenue. Here's a link with all the photos. And then I paste just this whole thing up at the top here. And then I have an email that sends that.
Okay, but in order to have a smart plan, you need to have everybody's info in command already.
No, you could, then I could also make a smart plan that just says,
No one does that. I mean, that's what I understand. If they're not in command, then you can attach a smart plan to that command's person's
you're
name.
gonna put them in command and then do the smart plan. So they call you on the phone, you're gonna put them in command and then add a smart plan to them that you've made that just has the text and the email. The other thing I do is I copy this URL and put it in my notes thing on my phone. And then I've got it handy.
Okay, that sounds easier to me.
Do that one.
So, so you're saying if someone calls me on the phone, say a sign call,
Yeah,
and I want to send them this information,
yes,
then ahead of time, I should have that URL in my phone
yeah, that's what I do.
to be able to send it to them as a text.
Exactly, yep. Or the alternative is to make a smart plan that you quickly add them to, and then it sends it to them. And that works too, whichever one you prefer. As long as you have this URL somewhere that you can get to it, it's just much easier than trying to gather all that information for them. You know, it's a quick copy and paste, and then they've got it. And what I love about it is it will continually update. So if somebody calls you from the sign call, and then like the next week you lower the price, they're gonna see the lowered price, not the old one.
Does it automatically send them a new,
It does not.
so, but when they go back to that old link,
Yes,
they'll see the update?
they'll see the update. Exactly. Yep.
Question.
Yes.
So if I do an open house for another agent.
Yeah.
And I potentially have 5 people who are interested in the house that they came to see or other properties.
Yeah.
If I have, can I make a landing page even though it's not my listing?
So I would get the other agent's permission to do so.
Okay,
And then I don't see any problem with it as long as you have their permission.
okay.
Yeah.
Because then in following up 10 or 15 people that showed up,
Yeah.
it's a much easier to just do a link than have to write a text message to each of the person that showed up. It's a lot of work.
Yeah. And the way I do it is before my open house, I make a smart plan that I already know I'm gonna see people, right? So I'm gonna make a smart plan that sends them a text, sends them an email, gives me a task to call them, whatever it is. I'm gonna write that smart plan in advance. And then on the day when you're standing there at the open house, if you get their cell phone number and put them in command while you're standing at the open house, you can put them on the smart plan from your phone. And it will start communicating with them like while they're still in their car, you know?
Well. okay.
Yeah. 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 And it might sound like a lot of work, but think about this. You're gonna send the same stuff every open house you do. Angie, you do a lot of open houses, right? So do that work one time, and then every open house, maybe you're making a new smart plan, but you're just gonna duplicate it and just change the name, the property.
Yeah, the thing is though, I mean, some of the emails, you gotta guess what they wrote, and then some of the times the phone numbers are not correct. So you run into those issues,
Yeah, people at an open house don't always give you correct contact info. Actually, one thing I've been doing, this is off topic, totally, so, whatever. If I can, when I'm at an open house, instead of having them, like I still have a paper sign-in sheet thing for them to fill out, but anytime I can, I pull out my phone and try to share my command app with them. Okay, and the way you can do that is you can use either command app. I have either Keller Williams app, either the command app or the consumer one. If I'm in my command app, at the top of the screen, I tap my name, and then there's a link there that says share my KW app link. So you can just be standing there in your open house and text them. You open a conversation, and the way I do it is by talking about the affordability calculator that's in the app. I have a great app. You can search for properties on it. There's also an affordability calculator, so you can see, you know, an estimated monthly payment, an estimated how much money you're gonna need for closing. Can I share that app with you? If you use your app to share the command app link, don't tell them to download it from the App Store, because then it's not linked to you. Use your phone, use that link, share my app. And then they're gonna get a link to download the app. When they download it, it will prompt them to sign in, and that info is gonna go into your command. Pretty cool.
Do you get response of people saying, well, I don't want to add another app on my phone, I already have so many?
Absolutely, absolutely, but a lot of people do take it. You know, and the thing, that's why I do the affordability calculator, because there are a lot of apps where they can search for homes, but not as many that have an affordability calculator in them. So that's been my, like, that's how I've gotten people to do it. But what's great about it is if they download the app using your link, they get into your command already. It'll have their name, phone number, and email. And also, if they are searching for homes at all, you're going to see in command what houses they're searching on, which is really cool. They can also, in that app, they have a button they can click to request a tour. So if they see a house they like, they can request a tour. That message will go to you, and you'll get a notification that they want to see a particular house. So it's pretty cool. Very, very cool.
Thank
Question.
you.
All right. Sure. All right. Yeah.
So I went to save landing page and it saved it as a draft, but it didn't let me publish it. So can you go over those steps again? I'm ready to save and publish.
Yeah, sure. If you just open it again, let me just go back there. Open it right back up again. If you click on it, and then you'll be able to save it.
Save landing.
Yeah, just
Okay.
open it right back up, and then in the upper right corner, click save or whatever it says.
Sure, you want to update this draft page.
Yes. Yeah.
Now it's updated. Now where do we publish it?
So do you have a link that doesn't say save and publish?
I didn't see that. But I never hit the publish page. So once you hit draft, once you hit save landing page, it's supposed to publish.
The way you can verify it is by going back to all of your landing pages and see if it looks, if it's like, so here's one I have it as a draft. Okay, you can see that one's not, working anymore. That was just a test one I did, but you'll see a green link here once you've published it.
Green link where? Sorry, do that again.
Next to, see how mine on my screen, it has the address and the green link, then I know it's published.
The green button means it's published.
Yeah, the link and that green, the status, yeah. Okay, we have 20 minutes, and what I'm going to show you next is how to send a just listed or just sold postcard through command automatically. I've gotten 2 listings from doing this. I think it's worth doing. Okay. There's another way to do postcards that's more complicated. What I'm showing you today is the quick send me a postcard. I can do it in just just so little time. Once you've done it a few times, you're going to feel really comfortable and be able to do it real quick. Okay, so what we're going to do is on the left side of the screen, go to campaigns. Going to be your campaigns applet.
Your screen share hasn't changed.
Uh-oh, you know what? I have, thank you for letting me know. I had 2 windows open, and that is the problem. Thank you so much, because
This is a postcard to email, correct? Or to put on social media, not to print and regular mail it.
it's a mail postcard.
To mail with a US post office.
Yes, exactly. So here's where I'm using this. Let's say that I just sold a house, okay? And I want all of the neighbors that are close by there to know that I sold that house because I'm hoping to get another listing.
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm using it. So I've not met any of these people before, unless they showed up at my open house. I'm just looking for these strangers who live close by. I already sold their neighbor's house and I sold it in only 4 days and I want them to know it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. Has my screen changed now? Okay, thank you. All right, so I click on campaigns, I go to the campaigns applet, and the one I want is direct mail. All right,
If we were representing the buyer in the transaction, we can still use that postcard.
I feel like anytime you're representing the buyer and you do it, you can have the other agent. I don't see a legal reason for you not to, but I have seen other people object to it. I'll say it like that, you know, like people,
We will have to reach out to the listing agent and.
yeah, they're not gonna let you though. Like, you're just gonna have to be careful, you know what I mean? You'll see a little plus sign for and I'm trying to get to this screen, create campaign. Click on that little plus sign until you see this, and it's just asking you what type of campaign are you doing. Today, we're doing direct mail. Okay, and I click on that. Anytime you run into this screen in Command and you want to have the pictures from a listing come in, always choose the option advertise listing, even if that's not really what you're trying to do. You know, so in this situation, I'm not really trying to advertise my listing. I'm trying to get another listing. But if I want to have those options, I have to select advertise listing. So I'm going to type in a name. And personally, I always use the property address as part of it so that I can keep things straight. Okay, I'm going to hit advertise listing. And then at the bottom, I'm going to click create campaign. Hey, everybody, at this point, should look like my screen. Now it's showing my listings, and right now I have no active listings. Everything is you know, pending or let's see, I'm gonna just show my pending ones. Okay. So I have 3 pending listings.
Lots of great does look like this.
Yeah. See. Okay, create campaign. Direct mail. Advertise listing, and then put in a campaign name. Yeah. Anybody else have any trouble? Yeah, I do. Good. But that, where are we? Okay, I'm going to start by clicking on campaigns. And I'm going to do create campaign. And then I'm going to do direct mail. Advertise listing and put in a name for it, which I suggest should include the address of the property. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Oh, you're in a team account and that's your issue. Close that out. Close it out. Up here, it's a coaching team. You want to do this from your personal account. So choose your personal account and now you have those options. Okay, very good. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. I know when you're on a team, then which even the Legacy All Stars is set up like a team. Just sometimes you can't do everything. All right, advertise listing. Not a track listing, but advertise. So here's what's going on is it's showing you only your listings right here instead of only my listings, do all listings. Let me show everybody this. If you don't have any of your own listings and you want to try this, up at the top where it says only my listings, you can change it to see all listings and then you'll be able to see mine too. If you have your own listing, do your own. But if you want to do mine, make sure you're searching everybody's listings. And the address of the property we were doing was 1820 Arbutus Avenue. Okay, or do another one, it doesn't matter. Okay, so once I found the listing I want, I'll select it. Okay, and Command brings up the screen, and I'm just going to go down the line and do each of the steps that Command is telling me to do. So I've already selected a listing. Next, I'm going to work on the content. You have a choice. We're just doing the really quick one. So what I'm choosing here is the size of the postcard. The cheapest one is 4 inches by 6 inches. But if I wanted to, I could do a larger one. I'm gonna do the 4 by 6 to save money on mine. As soon as I choose that, I'm gonna start seeing a preview show up here. It's not complete yet, but you're gonna start seeing this build as you go. All right, so I've chosen a size. Now I have the list price. I need to select. I'm just going to do just sold, even though it hasn't sold yet, just so I can show you. You can choose just sold, just listed, coming soon. I change the bedrooms and baths if I need to. This should be correct though, because it's going to pull it right from the listing. It also pulls the text from the listing. And I'll say this, sometimes I need to edit the text. You're allowed to put up to 350 characters on the postcard. So if you happen to have a listing with a very long description, you're going to need to edit that down to 350 characters. Okay. Over on the right side, see this QR code thing? This is awesome. Let's turn that thing on. Here's what happens.
You can select it just sold. Status.
Listing status. Yeah. If I turn this QR code on, then what's going to happen is Command's going to print a QR code on the postcard. And if people use the QR code with their phone, it's going to take them to a landing page, which we happen to coincidentally have just done. So I did that one first. So if I'm going to select the landing page I want right here. Okay. 1820 Arbutus, there we go. Right, so just imagine this. So somebody gets your postcard in the mail. They're interested in it. They see the house. They recognize it as being, you know, in your neighborhood. They want to see more about it. They go use that QR code and it takes them to that landing page that you just did. So now they can see all the photos and everything. It just makes you look really good. All right, I keep
So-
scrolling.
Question?
Yes,
So on the landing page that you just put up there, a little further up here, landing page assigned, you put the address, you don't put the URL link, correct?
No. I'm just going to this little menu and I'm choosing it by the name, what I named it. So I didn't type the name in. These are just the landing pages that I have already created.
Right, oh, I see, so you get these are already the landing pages that you've,
Yeah, so I already did the landing page first, and that's why we did it first, so that we would have it here for the postcard.
got it.
Yeah. All right, we are almost done. Listing photo. So this is really cool. I could upload an image, but really, if I click on listing images right here, Command's gonna show me all of the images that are from my listing. Often get this warning sign telling me that the resolution isn't high enough. I always just do it anyway. That looks fine to me. You know, I don't think it's a problem. You may. So I don't have to upload it. Man pulls in all the images that I had, and I pick one. Pick whichever one you like. Okay. I keep scrolling down. Now it wants to know who I am. It's pulling it in from my marketing profile, so I didn't have to do that. It's already showing there. I could replace it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. All right. After I'm done there, I'm going to hit save. So I've just done that content section. Okay, so far I can see like my postcard's starting to really fill out, right? Right now I'm looking at the front of the postcard in my preview. If your screen is wider, you'll see it a little better, but you can see it shows, you can see exactly what that postcard is going to look like. I could choose front, I could choose back to see the back of the postcard. There's the QR code. There's what shows the address. We're almost done it. After the content block, I'm going to scroll down.
Why your phone number like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I did something wrong with my phone number, didn't I? Let's see what I did. Okay, there we go. Must have hit something. All right, I need to go into Market Center, make sure that I have to select the state. So open up your Market Center, make sure everything there is correct. If you see something red, fix it. And then click Verify Address. Okay. right? Next, I can target the postcard, and I have a choice here. I can either target houses around my listing, which is what I want to do. You also have an option of sending it to people in your database. So if you wanted to, you could be sending this to, you know, buyers in your database or something like that. That's not what we want today. Today, I wanted to send it to the neighbors. And then my last step in this screen is to choose the budget. You can send as many as you want. The very first time I did this, I sent one postcard to myself just to see what it would look like. You can do that. You don't have to send 200 if you don't want to. You can put any number in that you want. You can send out 53 postcards, any number you like.
I missed where you said you wanted to send it, you know, to people.
Oh, sure. That's under the targeting section. So as I keep scrolling down, I'll get to targeting, and targeting has a choice, either local targeting, which is the one we want, or target my database.
Okay, so it makes it local to the address.
Local to that address, exactly. And
Thanks.
yeah, sure. And then I choose my budget. So I've usually sent out 200 or 100, somewhere around there, you know, but you can do more or less. It's going to charge you per postcard, so it's up to you what your budget is for that. Okay. So I'm done this far. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go all the way to the point where I put my credit card in, and then I'm going to cancel because this one hasn't sold yet. Yes.
If you sold a home that didn't list it.
Yeah, Shanks was just asking that. I think anytime you're not the listing agent and you're doing this, you may or may not have, might not be a legal issue, but you might have pushback from that other agent. So
I actually sent some postcards like from my last transaction when I was a buyer.
Yeah. I know you can. I don't think there's a legal problem doing it.
Even if you said just sold.
I would change the wording. If I were doing it, I would change the wording, not describing the house. I just brought the buyer for this house,
Okay.
you know, so it was clear.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, last thing we need to do is configure targeting. In the upper right corner, click the configure targeting button.
Oh, nice.
It's going to give me a warning because my image is too low. I'm going to say use it anyway. I don't care. Are you sure you want to create this campaign? Yes. All right, here's what we're doing here. So we already said that we wanted to send the postcard out to houses that are around my listing. But if somebody just bought this house last year, I probably don't want to send them a postcard, right? Because they're probably not ready to sell. Like my goal here is to find people who want to sell, not people who just bought their house. So this gives you an opportunity to sort of narrow down who it's sending to. The one of these that I use the most often is the year last sold. So I might drag this. So instead of ones, I don't want to see the ones that sold in 2023. I don't want them to get a postcard. Let's say I want it to go just to 2019 or something. Okay, it'll change it. So now like this map here, these little dots, each dot is a postcard that's going out. The red thing is my listing, and then these are where they're getting the postcard. It'll change as I change these numbers. You might also use the price. If you're only looking for the ones that have been renovated, maybe you're going to only look for the higher, you know, ones that are closer in price to the one you sold. You could change any one of those settings there. I can also hover over any one of these blue dots and remove that one if I want to. Okay, so you have control over who it's going to. You know, for example, maybe you don't send it to the people right next door because, you know, you already talked to them or whatever reason you have.
How did you get to all of that?
Configure targeting. Configure targeting. Yep, got that. Okay. Once you're done choosing this, you also have an option of sending one to the company address. That's going to send one here so that you have a copy of it as well. And I'm going to hit next.
So how would you word it if you were saying like, if you're the buyer, that how would you say like, you brought the buyer?
Yeah, something like that. Remember in the place where we had the text,
Yeah.
that's where you would change it.
Basically, you can say like.
You would say
as a
something,
buyer.
instead of describing the house, you would just put about you as a buyer's agent. Yeah. Yep. And so I'm just gonna not do this step. I'm not gonna put my credit card in here. But I just wanted to point out that there's a link here to view a larger preview right before you pay. The preview we saw earlier is a little bit harder to see. So this way it shows you just really a nice preview of what that postcard is going to look like.
Very cool.
Oh, I love it. And you know, we did it in less than 20 minutes here with me talking through it. So just imagine how fast you can do this once you've done it 5 times. You know, it goes really, really fast. Actually, I have, yeah, 2 closings I just had. We're about to send those. Yeah.
Can you go to the last page where you were to put in your credit card? And I think there was a link to, yes, schedule launch for a later date.
I'm so glad you asked that. Good question. Maybe I, for some reason, don't want the postcards to go out immediately. I can do that. I don't think I've ever needed to use that because usually I want them right away. But if for whatever reason you didn't, that's how you would change that.
So is that a third party company that just sends them?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, I meant to bring some in for today and I forgot. I'm gonna bring some in. I got some where the address like got forwarded. I'm just gonna bring them into the office and leave them here so I don't have to remember to bring them in. They look pretty good. And it's not that expensive. That's $136, you know. I've gotten 2 listings from it. So it's certainly paid for it, you know. 68 cents each, not too bad. Command, you can do lots more with postcards. So this is just the quick, easy one. If that's something you're interested in, it's just a lot more steps. I'll sometime teach a class on it, but it's a lot more complicated than this. This takes a long time. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm happy to teach a class on it. I've created other postcards. I've even bought a cool postcard design for $3 on Etsy and use this to print a postcard. Like there's lots of ways to do it, but it's really nice to be able to send it out to a neighborhood or even just to your own database, you know? Okay. So next week we'll have another command class at 1 o'clock. Ask me what it is. I don't remember what I'm teaching next week. I have no idea. But it'll be something about command every day, every Wednesday, 1 o'clock. Watch the calendar for workshops. When you see a workshop, that means it's in person only and it'll be more hands-on. We did one yesterday on creating your own social media posts. It was really fun. In May, I'll be doing workshops on smart plans, just a more in-depth smart plans one, and Facebook ads. I'll be doing the 1-hour Facebook ads class and a 2-hour one. Pick which one you prefer, you know, the slower or faster. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So I hope to see you at the next one. There's another group meeting in here at 2, so we have to kind of clear the room because if you're in Legacy All-Stars, our meeting starts at 2. So some of you are hanging out, some of you won't be. Thanks for coming, everybody. I'll see you at the next one.
So the workshops are not always on Saturday.
No, I had one yesterday. You were there yesterday. That was a workshop.
Okay.
You were there. As soon as you said that, I was like, wait a minute. No, there are weekdays too.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks. No, it's not Kristen.
Kirsten.
Kirsten. All right, bye.
Fabulous.